What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Krystal Palace. Good morning from Universal Orlando. Today we are going to be talking about everything that you should not do, everything that you need to avoid when visiting Universal Orlando Resort to have the best possible vacation here, this epic resort. So come along with us as we share some things to avoid. The first thing to avoid at Universal Orlando is not planning out your day. Universal is super chill, like in the sense of you don't need to be on your phone constantly going from ride to ride to ride to ride. You can kind of just wing it, but it is still good to have an idea of what land you want to go to first, what rides you want to go to first, where you might want to eat, and just do your research, have a plan. You're watching the Krystal Palace, so you're already ahead of the game, but it's important to make sure you just have a general sense of what you want to do in your day here at Universal, so this way you're not running around confused, trying to look at a map, wasting time, trying to figure out what you want to do. We tried to go on Velocicoaster first, so then we had a backup plan, just do Hagrid's first for early park admission, but now Velocicoaster is still down, so you want to just have an idea of, okay, I'm in Hogsmeade, I could do Forbidden Journey, I could do Flight of the Hippogriff instead. Something else you don't want to do at Universal is to show up late. So we're here at early park admission, and this is probably a bad example of a day because the Velocicoaster is delayed, but we just got off Hagrid's, we did front row, the whole experience took 25 minutes. Other than that, and now it's already a 90-minute wait and it's not even 9 a.m. yet. So show up early. People really start coming around 10, 11, and the parks are peak crowds from like 11 to 3 p.m. or stay late. The later you stay, the crowds will go, the people will go to dinner. You might get lucky to get on Hagrid's or some of the most popular rides with lower wait times. It's also a great time to get some pictures of low crowds if you want to take pictures in the Wizarding World. Maybe you have an extra day, you want to do early park admission and go into Hogsmeade and just take pictures instead of going on the rides. It's the perfect time for pictures because not a lot of people are there. Another thing you want to avoid is not using the Universal Orlando app. This is going to be your guide throughout the day. They no longer have paper maps in the parks, so it's going to be your map, it's going to be your guide for wait times, it's going to be your guide for mobile ordering. Anything, all information you need is going to be right on your phone on the Universal Orlando app. You'll connect to the free Universal Wi-Fi, and they've made the app better. It wasn't the best before, but as of 2024, they really worked on it to upgrade it, made it easier to navigate the app, easier to find stuff, easier to mobile order. So now it's great and it's a really handy tool. With that being said, you're going to probably want to bring a portable charger too because you will be on your phone using it. So it's always good to have a backup battery. If you want to purchase a fuel rod, they have stations around the park where you can get this fuel rod, refuel it too. So if it dies, you just exchange it and you get a full charger back. If you're planning on doing the water rides, know that you are going to get soaking wet. So if you don't want to get wet, definitely avoid, especially Popeyes and Dudley Do-Ride's Ripsaw Falls. This is Ripsaw Falls right here, because you will get absolutely soaking wet. When you're planning your day, it's important to remember that in Islands of Adventure, a lot opens later. So if you're doing early park admission, a lot of the food stands are open, but a lot of the restaurants don't open until 11 a.m. The Passholder Lounge doesn't open until 11 a.m. Kong, it just said it doesn't open until 9:30 a.m. Popeyes isn't open yet, so just keep this in mind when you're planning your Islands of Adventure day. Another thing you want to avoid when visiting Universal Orlando is bringing a heavy and a big backpack because you're not going to be able to go on the rides with it. So you're going to have to put it in a locker, and if it's oversized, you're going to have to pay for that locker at each attraction. The best way to travel is with a fanny pack because you can go on most of the rides, not including Velocicoaster, Rip Ride Rockit, or Hulk, with the fanny pack. If you're wearing a belt bag like this, they're probably not going to let you on, or if you have a small backpack, you're going to have to put it in one of the small lockers. Now, each attraction will have small lockers that are free while you ride, which is awesome. It's pretty easy to do. Sometimes it can get a little congested. That's why I prefer just wearing a fanny pack so you don't have to deal with it. But all you do is scan your park ticket, put your bag in the locker, go ride the ride, and get it on your way out. They do have big backpack lockers in the front of the park too that are about $15 a day. Obviously, I understand some of you might need to bring a big backpack, so just keep this in mind though, that you're gonna have to put in a locker. It's not like Disney where you can bring all your backpacks onto the rides. One thing you're really going to want to avoid is not being prepared when you come to Universal Orlando. You don't want to be out here at 11 a.m. or noon trying to buy tickets, trying to upgrade your tickets, make sure you do your research on all of your ticket options so you don't waste any time that you could be spending in the park, especially because the hours for Universal and Islands typically it's not open that late, so you don't want to waste any of that precious time. Now we're going to make our way over to Universal Studios. One tip is if you are visiting and you want to experience both parks in one day, if you have only one day, or you want to experience the Hogwarts Express, you're going to need to get that park-to-park ticket that will allow you to walk from this park right over there to that park. You can also get a Volcano Bay, a 3-park ticket, which would allow you to, maybe if you want to spend the morning at Volcano Bay, then head into these parks at night. You can do that with the park-to-park ticket. We're taking a break, sitting in the shade for a little bit, and that brings me to my next tip for what not to do at Universal, and that is to try to not be unprepared what clothing weather-wise. Now, if you're coming from April to October, it's going to be hot pretty much no matter what here in Florida. Maybe in April and October you want to bring a light jacket, but it is hot. You want to dress light, wear breathable clothing, pack your shorts, and also prepare for weather. It's going to rain in the summer, especially pretty much every day here in Florida. So bring your own ponchos so you don't have to spend $15 on a poncho. Get them from Amazon. I'll link all my essentials I always bring with me in the description right now. Bring your poncho. If you want to bring your own umbrella, if you like bringing umbrellas, that's totally fine to do. Cooling towels, anything you can help to beat the heat because you don't want to get dehydrated and ruin your day. Electrolyte packets like Liquid IV, those are helpful. Bringing your own water bottle, like my collapsible water bottle I always use, is a way to save money too. If you want to find some more money saving tips for Universal, go check out that video. I'll link it in the description. But it's important to know that it's going to be hot. Prepare for that summer heat. Prepare for the weather. Dress light, and you'll be good to go. Another thing to avoid is not relying solely on park food. It could definitely add up, especially those late night snacks at the hotel or if you're having breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the parks. If you're flying to Universal, you could bring food on the plane. Obviously, you just can't bring drinks. Plus, you could bring these little snacks into the parks. I bring with me this Kind bar just because my blood sugar gets low and I need something. I'll grab this if I need something quick as a way to refuel. If you don't want to necessarily pack your own snacks, you could do services like Postmates, which is what I started doing if I'm not staying at Endless Summer, Surfside, or Dockside. I say that because Surfside and Dockside are on iDrive across the street from Walgreens, so you could get little grocery items from there. But Postmates, it's a part of Uber, or you can use a service like Instacart. You could save $10 on your first purchase, and it's good if you want to get some bottled water or big jugs of water to refill up your reusable bottles. A service like Instacart could be the way to go, delivered right to your hotel. You just meet them outside, and they'll hand off your groceries to you. On the topic of food, another thing, you don't want to forget to make dining reservations. Although it is great to bring your own snacks to save some money, sometimes it is really nice to be able to have the option to go and sit down at a nice restaurant, especially on those hot summer Florida days, or just any typical day, even if it's not blaring heat outside. And you want to just relax, take a break from the parks, head into Mythos, head into Vivo in City Walk, and just take a load off, have a nice big meal. This way you don't have to keep snacking around the park all day. Sometimes I like taking a break, grabbing some lunch in City Walk or in the parks. I love Finnegan's inside Universal Studios Florida. Dining reservations aren't necessary per se, but it is good to have just in case the restaurants are busy, you have a guaranteed spot. Another thing is not to forget about mobile ordering. Universal Orlando offers mobile ordering on the Universal app. So if you want to order at the Minion Cafe or Thunder Falls Terrace or any quick service location, you can use mobile order, which I highly recommend. It allows you to not wait on the line. Most of the restaurants, you just head in, you go to your table, scan the QR code, order on your phone, and it'll get delivered right to your table. You'll be able to sit down in air conditioning. Mobile ordering is a must. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you learned something to avoid when visiting Universal Orlando from this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the Krystal Palace right down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.